I just read an interesting news article about the future of the MLP G5 in 2024, and it seems like Hasbro is gonna finish Make Your Mark. As we know, there are two shows being released currently. The main series Make Your Mark, which started May last year, and the second show Tell Your Tale on YouTube, which actually started earlier in April 2022. According to the Hasbro presentation, they're willing to invest a lot into Tell Your Tale. We're gonna see 16 more Tell Your Tale episodes in 2023 and apparently 48 episodes in 2022, plus we're getting 4 22-minute specials. And at the same time, there is absolutely zero information on Make Your Mark in 2024. In September this year, we're getting Chapter 5 with 6 episodes, and in November Chapter 6, which currently has just 3 episodes, plus a special episode. The final special is titled Secrets of Starlight, which probably has absolutely nothing to do with Starlight Glimmer. Right now it seems like this special is gonna wrap up an entire Make Your Mark series. We can assume that Misty will fully join Main 5 and together they will defeat Queen Opaline for good. The show will literally end just 1.5 years after it initially started. It might sound bizarre of course, but there is logic behind this decision. It seems like Tell Your Tale is working way better with the target audience, which is preschool and elementary school kids, in case someone might have forgotten. I do forget from time to time, to be honest, especially when I complain about certain things. I guess Friendship is Magic is truly to blame for raising standards way too high. So it seems like Tell Your Tale simply works better as a toy advertisement. The episodes are just 5 minutes long, kids' attention span these days is very short, because of TikTok, YouTube and other social media platforms. So it is much easier for kids to concentrate on a 5 minutes episode. Plus Tell Your Tale is really cheap to make. It is the cheapest, the easiest 2D animation available. In contrast, Make Your Mark actually takes a lot of time to produce. The episodes are 22 minutes long, which may bore kids. Plus there is an overarching plot that the writers and the audience must follow from episode to episode. Also, don't forget availability. Tell Your Tale episodes are available on YouTube. Anyone with a smartphone and internet connection can access YouTube these days. Netflix on the other hand costs money to use. And while the majority of people in the US and Canada have Netflix subscriptions, I can assure you that almost nobody outside first world countries uses any streaming services. It's not practical to pay $10 for Netflix when your monthly salary is slightly above $200. To conclude everything that was said previously, Tell Your Tale works much better as a toy selling advertisement, while Make Your Mark is simply not worth producing, not worth spending money and resources on it. Another thing that ruined Make Your Mark is the weird release schedule. Netflix decided to release the show in chapters instead of seasons. We could call it chapter season of course, but the thing is chapters 1 and 3 only have one 44-minute special, which is, guess we'll all agree, not enough to be called a season. So this is why Hasbro is putting Make Your Mark to an end. And this is sad news if I'm being honest. Make Your Mark has been a bumpy road so far. It lacked creative vision and direction, but in the 4th chapter the show started to find its feet. My emotions after watching chapter 2 were predominantly confusion and disappointment, but I genuinely enjoyed chapter 4. Sure, it was not perfect, sure it had many problems, but it felt like a huge, enormous improvement over everything we received since a New Generation movie. Make Your Mark still has a lot of potential in my opinion. Too bad Hasbro is only interested in revenue. But I guess there is no surprise since so big corporations are interested almost exclusively in increasing their income. Disney almost cancelled the Owl House because the show was banned in many countries over LGBTQ+ representation. The same with Pixar movies. So news products like the recent hailey'sonit series or Pixar's Elemental are devoid of representation. Disney is not willing to risk losing markets again. Which returns us back to Hasbro. Unfortunately, it seems like the end for Make Your Mark is near. But maybe there is still a small chance that Make Your Mark will continue into 2024. Though I don't think it's gonna happen, to be honest. Hasbro seriously messed things up with G5. It returns us to the point that G4 was a creative passion project by Loren Faust, which G5 is not by any means. And that's the problem from our perspective, because we want a good show to enjoy. I doubt many fans will continue following G5 and it will be diminished to just tell your tale. After all, you can't really tell a cohesive story in just 5 minutes. Friendship as Magic managed to both sell toys and be a great show on its own, which is pretty rare.